Hey, this is John Wayne Daugherty with JWD Lego Fun, coming at you with a new video showing you my version of the Modular School, transformed from the Tower Bridge set. Up next. I'm so excited for you to see my version of this Modular School transformed from the Tower Bridge set. I purchased recently approximately 70% of the Tower Bridge set, and I supplemented it with some of my own bulk and kind of made some changes to the set as what's printed in the instructions, but mostly made it that way. I'm going to call it kind of an astronomy school because there's a telescope at the top of the back of the tower here, and the instructions are by albertovax from Rebrickable. albertovax, V-A-X. On Rebrickable, it is my very first set of instructions to buy off of Rebrickable. If you don't know about Rebrickable, it's a place where you can actually inventory all your stuff, and people sell instructions to their own versions, either modified versions of an existing set like this, or MOC, which is my own creation, or MOCs, that they create completely from scratch. So I'm going to show you this set in detail and can't wait for you to see it. I'll discuss a little bit of the differences, and we're going to get up close and personal next. All right, let's get up close and personal. This is the Tower Bridge Alternative Instructions Set 10214 Modular School by albertovax, and this is on Rebrickable. It was €5, so it was like $5.60, something like that. Used my PayPal to purchase that, and I didn't do it exactly the way that it's done here. You can see there's a few differences. I did the sidewalk like the modulars. I've added a street light. I've added a mailbox, and there's little subtle differences here and there. The front is definitely the same for the most part as the original build, but the back is what is different. So I will show you inside and outside. Right now we'll show you what the back of it looks like. There's these pillars here on the front, and the pillars are actually gears that are on their side and put together with some Technic pieces. So that's kind of different. And then I've got some flower boxes that I've added back here, and also I've got a minifigure that I've put here. It's like a janitor that's cleaning up, and a trash can, and then I've got a student here looking through the telescope. That's why I said it's kind of like the astronomy school here, I guess is what we're going to call it. So I've got some more minifigures on the inside. The tops looking pretty cool, and we will separate everything so you can get a look on the inside. All right, I've removed the roof and the second floor so you can get a look on the inside. Right here we've got a staircase that goes up to the second floor. The doors are actually brick built and built sideways, not the typical doors, again, because it's using the parts that came in the Tower Bridge set. We've got this, the little shields from the Tower Bridge in here as decoration. Then I've got a little tiger 2x2 tile that I have printed that maybe could be like the school logo on the computer there for the receptionist. And I got a student that's checking in. That's what we've got here on the first floor. That's part of the plans. And then we will take a look at the second floor. All right, now on the second floor is the classroom space. We've got like a whiteboard up here. We've got a professor minifigure that I've thrown in. I've got a few students here, minifigures that I've thrown in. The desk elements, all that stuff is part of the original plans. The front here, this part here is actually only attached by this one little section at the bottom. So it does come off very easily. It's really only held on by that one little plate that's sticking out. Again, that's how the original plans were done. So I kind of wish that was more solid, and I might do something to kind of shore that up. But I did like the plan that they have put together here, and some details on the windows and things in the back. And then next will be the roof. Okay, here is the last section, the roof. This looks very similar to how the original drawing was done. There were these 8 by 16 big, huge black tiles, or dark gray tiles, that were part of the set. And so there's no studs on those tiles. And this wall is kind of just placed here, basically, with only anchors on the two sides at this point and at this point. So it's not super solid. I wish that was a little bit more. The telescope build was part of it. I changed the back here to put all the fencing and added these posts because of different pieces that I was missing based upon the original build, and trying to do things to kind of make it my own. On the pillars here, I did that on the second floor, and the first floor I put white here instead of the beige because I didn't have enough of the pieces, and so that transformed it. Like I said, putting the flower boxes here, that helped as well to kind of flesh it out. So I also put this on a Mills plate, MILS plate, and different Lego user groups have their own way of doing it. I've made it there so it's more solid. So the base plate is actually on the bottom, and then you have a layer of bricks, and then you have, what I did was 16 by 16 plates, and with some support underneath, and it makes it so it's a lot more sturdy to carry around. So definitely going to be doing that with most of my collection. Here's a little closer up look at the Mills plate. You got places where I can do the pins on the side. This is where the modular pins normally are, so I'd have to adjust this if I was going to have it attach at those exact same spots. But you can see there's a layer of brick that's here. There's a lot of 2x2 and 2x6, 2x4 pieces along there. I did the sidewalk like the modular, so it's a 8 wide, deep, 8 deep studs with the light color and then the dark color. I have in my inventory a whole bunch of these light stands, so that way when I make modulars I can put the street lights in the same. These pieces here, because they're kind of fatter, they can attach, but they're not attached. They can just lift out, but they're in there well enough that they don't have to necessarily be attached, and you can see that. But the plate I used here, you can do whatever color plate you want and then put tile on it. This kind of had like a grass kind of look to it, so I put a sidewalk here in the middle, and so I think it turned out really well. The back was supposed to have these pillars here and here, and like the front was, but I didn't have all those parts, so I just kind of improvised and added these detail pieces here. I did the same thing in the front. The pillars were not anchored because this was supposed to be that 8 by 16 big tiles, and so I adjusted that so they'd be anchored into place. And then this was supposed to be like a blue piece here, and then I ended up putting the fancier tile, the 1x2 tiles here that are molded. One of the other things that they did was, like, this piece here is not really attached. It just kind of sits on top of what looks like a grate. So definitely different building techniques than what Lego would do, which makes it kind of interesting. But for $5, and if you already have the Tower Bridge set or can get a hold of bulk that's similar to it, I think it's a great addition. And again, it's modular, so everything comes off and goes together. And so I was really happy with it. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Remember to give a like, thumbs up, everything for this video, and share it so everybody else gets a chance to see this and learn about Rebrickable and building your own set Even if it's one from instructions, you can always modify it and make it your own. Have a great day. See you. Bye.